Pump it up, pump it up. Trae. Come on, come on. With Trae. Pump it up, pump it up. It's the day with Trae. This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a fantastic Friday. I'm so excited to have my guest joining me in the building. We got Miss Annie Gaston in the building. Miss Annie Gaston Polite. She's here to share more about Gaston gear and all of the ways that she's been bringing amazing fashion design to so many who love her designs in community. So I'm so glad she is here. And later on in the show, I get the opportunity to talk to Marshall Hugh. Y'all probably know him from Marshall Law Band, but he is also one of the brilliant minds behind Fremont Fridays. And so I'm so excited that he's here to tell us more about that phenomenal effort to bring the community closer in with some amazing artists, vendors, business owners, and more. So I am looking forward to having both of them on the show today. But you know, before we get into it with them, it is the top of the show, y'all. And you know, this is the time where you get to participate by sharing this show with folks who you feel could benefit from the daily dose of dopeness we love to give you here on The Day with Trae. And if you can't watch our TV show, we still have you covered, y'all, because you can listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find me on whichever platform is your favorite. We're on all of them. So go ahead and search for us and you will find us there. Well, I'm so excited because up next, we got Miss Annie Gaston Polite. And let me tell you, I'm a fan of her designs. Welcome.
Thank you.
So glad you're here today.
I'm glad to finally get here myself.
Yeah, well, this is something where I'm always going, how am I being poured into in community? And, you know, the community that has surrounded themselves around your designs, the ones who are always coming when you have something new to share, that's a part of my community as well. And I was so grateful to get, you know, my hands on some of your designs over the last few years that I'm just grateful to have you here. But let's talk about your journey in fashion. What got you started?
Well, a long time ago as a little girl, there's something I always wanted to be in business. And so I grew up in a little small town, and I remember in high school wanting to be a designer. You know, when your advisor counselor asks you what you want to be, and they try to steer you toward that. And I said a fashion designer, and she said, okay, I will help you if you go and find someone who looks like you. And of course, I had to go into books, and there were none. So it didn't deter me any, though. But anyway, so I was already doing little small designs for my dolls and for myself. So I designed all my clothes through high school, and then all my children's clothes. And then about 1979, when I decided to make a transition, I decided, okay, it's time to do what I really want to do. And that's when I decided to start my own designs.
Wow.
And to make it something that I really enjoyed doing. I really wanted to focus on some things. And one of them was the fact that at the time, there were not a lot of clothes for full-figured women. And full-figured women are voluptuous, and they just can't fit into those little things. So I did a lot of custom things and things that were made to be very complimentary to them. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of got started with loungewear and then progressed on. First, it was kind of a loungewear. It was called Annie's Playthings, things you play in, not with. So it was a little bit sneaky on that one. Mm-hmm. So I had matching satin pajamas and accessories for men and women, which was fun. Started with home parties, but I do a home party once a week on Sundays. And then during the week, I would rack up my clothes and make appointments with little small boutiques, and I would be rolling racks down the streets trying to get my clothes into little boutiques. I didn't try for the big ones because I wanted the little ones. And that's kind of how I got started putting them in the boutiques.
Wow. I mean, this is incredible because the journey is always full of amazing nodes where you knew from a young age that you wanted to be in design, couldn't find the person that was doing it. So, but it didn't deter you to to come back to it when you were able and really pour in. Now, tell us about your inspiration for designs, because, you know, when folks in community see your piece, they know, oh, okay, that's a Gaston gear piece. Like, you have this signature look. Tell us about how you got there.
Thank you. And I didn't, you know how we sometimes don't realize our own impact on people. So when I'm selecting fabrics, and it's not just, I do a whole line of Afrocentrics, but I do things for men and women. When I make a selection for fabric, I tell everybody, nobody likes to go shop with me, especially my children, because I go through and touch, and I'm talking, and I'm, you know, getting my spiritual ideas going. And so the kids just like, forget it, I'm not gonna go shop with you. But everything is pretty well thought out, and I get fabrics and get inspiration from them. And I'm fortunate enough right now to be able to have some good connections for fabrics. When I first started, I did a tour of 7 states and went through all the fashion houses in New York and South Carolina where they make fabric, just all the way down the coast, which was really a good experience to just find out how the big people work, how they worked in the factories. Even though I didn't want to do that, I had to learn how to make the connections. So I'm fortunate enough now to have a young man who, when he goes shopping for the African fabric, when he comes to town, it's like, I'm excited because he brings the truck and I get to go make a selection firsthand of beautiful African fabric that are made. Some of them are made in various villages, some are made in the bush. And so I get the authentic ones, and then I can go home and create from those. And it's important for me because I want to put a spiritual relevance on whatever I make, is to make it be comfortable and fitting for a person. And I think I probably have said to you, when you put it on, I want you to claim it. I don't want it to feel like it's something for someone else. So that when you wear it, you feel good in it, because it really is, every piece, every stitch is really been anointed and blessed. So when you wear it, you're supposed to feel special, not because of the clothes, because you're going to wear them. You don't let them wear you. You claim it and make them your own.
Yeah, no, and that's something I experience with your designs every time. I mean, there's number one, there's always someone who's like, whoa, where did you get that piece? Because they can tell it's a one-of-a-kind piece, right? You do these one-of-a-kind pieces, and you're known for it. But also, when I'm out there and I'm wearing your pieces, it's clear, right? It's like, oh my goodness, that is I haven't seen that anywhere else. And so I really appreciate that about your designs and about your eye, and your, you know, continuity and dedication to, you know, the deeper story behind it all. Well, you have a couple of designs that we get to see here today.
Well, one of the things that I'm doing now that has gotten to be, I call it a fly vest. I have a fly vest, and I think you may have gotten what I call a Wakanda cloak.
Yep.
And you can wear it different ways. Sometimes it's in a heavier fabric, sometimes it's in lighter, but it's how you decide to wear it so that you can make it work in whatever fabric is in. But this was the fly vest, and there are 2 different ones. This one is out of faux suede, and it's like made for the idea was to be the protector of the family.
Wow.
And it's faux, it's not supposed to fit tightly on it. It kind of flows on you. You can close it in the front if you want. But it's the fabrics, a lot of the fabrics I like to work with are reversible, so you can use them on both sides. And this one has on the front what I call shields, with cowrie shells, and you know the meaning of the cowrie shells for prosperity, because as Africans use them for money. And so it's like passing on the shield of the family, the keeper of the family. And then on the back is the emblem of the family.
Wow.
So the person who wears this is really protecting the family image. All of the parents, and in this one case, all male, like the grandfather, the father, the child, the father, the uncle or great grandfather, and a baby all together.
Wow, multi-generational.
Yes.
That is gorgeous. And you know, so my son just had a son.
Oh.
So I might probably have to buy that one. I'm glad it's for sale. What else we got today?
And this one, which is African Ashoke, which is it's really one of the royal fabrics, and it's because it is woven in strips like kente. You know, you see everybody knows about kente cloth or mud cloth. It's woven in strips, but they weave each strip and then they're sewn together. And you have to really understand the art of the artist's work, because for me, I don't like cutting his work, even if there's a flaw, because they think like you're supposed to think, which is there's no perfection. We're not perfect. There's only one perfect one. So if there's an imperfection, I work around it or make it inclusive in whatever the design is. But it has some metallics in it because they were worn by royalty, like queens and kings. But this one has some color in it. And it's just to pull your arms through. It hangs down and gives you really points on the side, a lot of flare. This one has pockets on it. And then I included something I learned new. I'm a newlywed, actually. My husband is Gullah, and I don't know if you're about the Gullah tribes from South Carolina. So I found these Gullah blessing beads. And so they were a little bigger than these, but they have the beads. Each bead is a blessing for something. And at the end was a shell. The shell represents the crossing of the Atlantic. And they had tassels on them. Well, I modified a little bit, and I make the blessing bead to complement the outfit so you can use it as a closure as well. And so although it may look primitive with a pin, it gives it more character. So these were more of a quiet one. It has an amethyst at the bottom for, all the things the amethyst are. The purple for royalty and the quiet spirit, the serenity. But of course the Kara shells again, which also represent the crossing, but they also represent prosperity. Wow. And each person gets these, one with it, to kind of add that. So some people hang them on their walls, some people hang them, as ornaments, but some put it on because it truly is, each one is blessed, and it's been poured with holy oil. Just recently, I gave one to a young man on his 50th birthday, and I just included in the things I gave him, and he came back and he said, "Where'd you get that? What is that smell? Well, what is that?" And so I said, "It's actually the holy oils. It's frankincense and myrrh." So I went and picked up some for him because he just liked the way it smelled. Wow. But anyway, those two are the only ones I bought because the fly vest is worn by men and women, and it's something that's easy to put over something. In the winter, you can wear a sweater under it, and in the summer, you can wear something lighter or nothing at all.
Wow. Well, I gotta say, you brought two that I just absolutely love. Y'all don't be surprised when you see me rocking these two designs. But thank you so much for coming today and sharing your story and what you're doing. And of course, people are gonna wonder, how do they get connected with you? How do they get some of your designs if they've never purchased from you before? So I want to give you time to look right in this camera right here and let them know how they can possibly purchase an item.
Well, right now, the Gaston Gear Square site is still working on recovering from COVID, but it's coming up soon. It will be gastongear.square.site. But right now, you can go to Facebook and look for Annie Gaston Polite or Gaston Gear Designer Clothes. And either one of those, the Gaston Gear especially, you can look at a whole array of things that I've been doing over the years. And the phone number is clearly listed there. So all you have to do is call because a lot of things are one of a kind, and I do special requests. So people who say, I don't like it looking like everybody else's, you can get a special touch to yours so that it'll be just for you.
Wow.
That makes it easy.
Miss Gaston Polite, thank you so much for coming and for all of your work. I'm
My
so
pleasure.
grateful to be connected to you because I love me some one-of-a-kind pieces, and you know this.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Oh, I just love it. We have started this Friday off nice and right, and we're going to continue because up next, we got Marshall Hugh in the building, y'all. We're going to be talking all things Fremont Festival, y'all. Fremont Fridays, and how they're bringing amazing, amazing artists right to your community. Y'all don't want to miss this. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. You know, they can't get rid of us.
Seattle really is just a big neighborhood. It was a place for us to grow.
We all have a gift of some sort. It's just my vision of what I see.
Theater allows you to hit harder and be more. There's a sense of hope that your story will survive longer than you will.
Stream on the Cascade PBS app or watch live. Fridays at 8:50 p.m. on Cascade PBS. Learn more at blackartslegacies.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Marshall in the building. What's up?
What's going on? Thank you for having me. I love being here.
Yeah, so good to have you here. And it's interesting, too, because I'm like, what? Have we never sat down and done this? That is crazy. But you've been doing some phenomenal work over the last few years with Fremont Fridays. And I got to start from the beginning because this is now something that people are aware of, they're looking forward to. But what got you going in the beginning?
So we have this thing called the SS Jelly Bean, which is our parade float. And we took that around town a couple times right after COVID when indoor concerts were not being allowed. And we were bringing like the music directly to people. So we like pulled up to Alki, went all down actually right outside of here. And then we pulled up at this place called LTD, which we had done a festival prior called Splash Fest there, maybe 2018, 2019 or something like that. And people just started walking in. And so we're like, all right, we'll be back next Friday. And then it turned into the next Friday. And we did that 14 straight Fridays. And I think halfway through, the term Fremont Friday was coined. And now we're going into our 4th year. And like you said, it's just exciting that people recognize it. People are excited about it. And this creation that started on a mobile parade float, the SS Jelly Bean, has now made a cultural impact.
Yeah, it's so great because it just is organic, you know, in the way that it was birthed. And I remember the beginnings, right? And y'all just being out there doing martial law band, y'all were doing it. And now it's really exploded to where you have all of these different artists and vendors coming through. Tell us about that growth.
Yeah, I think this year we had over 600 submissions and there's only 50 slots. So that's really tough because throughout the years, I've really connected with people and I'd like to think I have more than like 50 friends. So there's been some hard conversations being had and blessed to have that many people wanting to be involved in it, but also it makes that decision-making process even tougher. And then getting to incorporate the vendors and specifically shining light on BIPOCs and hip hop and these kind of genres and groups that have kind of not had the shine that I think they deserve in this city, to be able to create something of our own and then specifically say like, hey, 65, 70% of these people are gonna look more similarly to me, and people accept that and people understand the need for that, and to be able to be upfront and open with that, I think is like an important message and something where I don't gotta check with anybody, hey, is this okay? This is my, you know, what do you think of this? It's like, it's my idea and the team's ideas, so we just execute it, and it's been awesome.
You know, I gotta say, I mean, I've seen footage of Fremont Fridays. Y'all are jamming, first off. Like, it is a full vibe. Y'all are jamming. And honestly, there's gotta be a swell of response from folks who are just attending. Tell us about that connection to community that y'all are offering, as you call it, like this intimate opportunity, right? This chance at intimacy with these amazing artists. How are people responding to all of this?
It's been amazing. Like, we had a clip go like mini Seattle viral that's almost at like 50,000 views, and the social medias are going crazy. And what I really like is every Monday there's a thing called Mojam Mondays across the street at Nectar Lounge, and that's where a lot of musicians, myself included, meet their bandmates and really get to jam. And the city of Fremont kind of has this artistic culture that is just embedded, and the community has accepted it. So we've actually started this thing called the Fremont Block Benefit, where we have about 10 to 15 other businesses that offer discounts to anybody who supports Fremont Fridays and purchases a wristband. And so we've gotten this community support and connection that's deeper. We're also adding a all ages stage for 2 of the weeks, and we're adding a second stage for 2 of the weeks. We got comedy this year. So the expansion has kind of been organic. In my head, I want to be able to shut down the whole street like in Austin and New Orleans and have people really be able to go wild. But, sometimes as a creative, your brain goes faster than some of the permits get cleared for.
Yeah.
So we're kind of taking some progressive steps and intermediary steps that I'm excited about. And I hope to see Fremont Friday grow, far past what I do and what I take it with. And yeah, it's just been awesome. A lot of people come out, and we intentionally make it free because I, as an artist, I know like sometimes you're down to your last 20 and you got to choose between staying home or going out or gas or, and I don't want to have any barriers to accessibility for connecting with the art scene here in Seattle. And this is our way of making that contribution. And then we have community support, people that purchase the wristbands, people that sponsors like Bloodworks Northwest and Music is in Our Blood that go out of their way to make sure that it's even feasible. And LTD being accepting enough to do a revenue stream of sharing the bar, which is very rare in the city, to try to get venues to open up that bar. And we just have amazing partners and people that are supportive like y'all. And yeah, I'm just happy about it.
I gotta say, I mean, it's one thing to have something phenomenal for the city, especially putting on for the culture, but it's another thing for it to be so organically grown and with so many opportunities for folks to plug in and tap in. And so, I'm sure, folks already love it. And the artists, 600 submissions, it's crazy, Marshall. It's crazy. But of course, this is another opportunity for them to showcase themselves and really get their talent out there. And I love that y'all are doing this, and you didn't just focus on y'all, right? You started something that now has grown into its own thing in such a great way. And I love that Fremont is getting, this type of culture there because we need more of it there. And I love that they are opening the doors in these ways. So of course, the folks are trying to tap in because y'all started at the end of June. You still have some Fridays going on this summer.
Yeah.
Let folks know how they can plug in.
You can tap in on Fremont Fridays on Instagram, follow the Marshall Law Band. And yeah, we're going every single Friday through August 30th. We got one tonight that we'd love to have you out. Again, it's free. So all you got to do is pull up with your people. This week is 21 plus, but July 26th will be an all ages stage across the street. And August 30th, we'll have an all ages stage. So come out with the grown folks this week. And then moving forward, you can find some time to get all the kids involved.
Marshall, thank you for all of your effort, bro. This is powerful, man.
I'm trying,
This is powerful. I love how we all do our part. Thank you for doing yours, my friend. It's a pure pleasure.
Likewise.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I got some for other people too.
Oh, look at this.
I want to get you mine.
Oh,
so you can get some yoga classes with that. You can get a plant shop. My favorite restaurant pregame meal every single time is called Local Tide. They'll give you 20% off if you pull up with that. So yeah, get to Fremont, go try out the city.
I'm in the fam. Yeah. I'm in the Fremont Friday family. Thank you so much. Yay. Y'all, now this is what I'm talking about. When it's time for you to step up, you never know how it may look or what it could look like. But when you take the opportunity, you never know what the city is going to do with such a great effort. And I'm just inspired, y'all. Of course, I'm going to wrap all of this amazing Fremont Friday up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Disenrollment is a situation whereby people whose birthright to be indigenous is being stolen from them by politicians that have been elected to lead.
Today, the latest or last chapter of the saga concerns the threatened physical ejectment of as many as 21 Nooksack families from their homes.
I think it come about by hatred for our family. That's what it's all about.
Our bloodline is still here. They can't get rid of us.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got You in my parking spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You seem like the barging down. Got my heart, no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, we don't need no pause. You with Misty, we gon' get clips. Don't need a power slide.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that. Copy my steel. Face the fact that.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Umani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client discussing their fields and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Umani here. I'll see you guys in a few.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to thank my guests today for joining me, Miss Annie Gaston Polite, and her amazing designs, y'all. I'm not kidding. I'm taking those 2 home with me. But definitely check her out on Facebook. She has phenomenal, one-of-a-kind designs and has been doing it for decades because she loves it, but she infused so much love, not only in the fabric she's choosing, but also the designs that she does. And she does do men and women. So for all folks, tap in with her. And also, huge shout out to Marshall Hugh for being here. Like, Marshall Law Band is phenomenal already in and of itself, but they have gone a step further to now open up the doors for other artists to connect with community in such a great way with Fremont Fridays. Make sure y'all get down there tonight. It's going to definitely be an amazing show, and support. Get you your wristband so you can get some amazing discounts as well. But what it really shows me is that when you use your ideas and bring them out for other people to participate in, to sponsor, to pour into, you never know how it might swell. It goes from one band to 600 submissions, y'all, in the last few years. That's a huge testament to the efforts that they've been making to open up the doors for other artists. So make sure we get down there to support these phenomenal artists who are bringing their love and passion for what they do to the audience for Fremont Fridays. Oh man, y'all, it's been a phenomenal week. Huge shout out to my entire guest list this week, and a huge shout out to you for joining me this week. You know, I'm really excited because next week we got something a little bit special for y'all. And you know I'll be back until Monday at 11 a.m., y'all. Peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.